Hey guys, my name is Haley, and we're going to be filming my Pride Month TBR today. Let's just jump right into it. Yes, I do have more than 20 books. Do I think I'm going to read all 20 books in a month? I couldn't tell you the last time I did that, so take with that what you will. First, 12 or so of these I already have ready to go. I either own it physically or have it off KU or have it out from the library already. So they're probably going to be the top priorities. The first being The Deer and the Dragon by Piper CJ. This is her angel demon. I know it involves demons. I know it has a lot of religious trauma stuff in it. I own the first two books. I love Piper's other series, The Night and Its Moon. Very excited to read more of her books. Then I have Saint by Sierra Simone. I have owned this on ebook for years. I read the other two books probably close to 4 years ago and just never read this one. This is the gay one, so I have no clue why I didn't read it, but I love what I've read of Sierra Simone, and I definitely need to read the queer book of hers. It will also finish off the series finally. Then I have Those Who Wait by Haley Cass. This is Sapphic. I'm going to be so for real with you. I feel like most of these are Sapphic, which is crazy because I feel like I had read most of the Sapphic books in existence as of last year. But this is one of the main Sapphic recommendations that I always get when people are like, do you like text messaging? Do you like Sapphics? I'm like, yes, I love both of those things. Always recommend this as one of the god tier Sapphic books. Then I have The Wild and the Weeds by Allie North. This is the author of Bloomtown. I know nothing about the plot of this. I'm assuming it's queer. If it's not, maybe I won't read it in the month. Everything I've seen of it, though, seems to scream Sapphic to me, though, which Bloomtown also was. We have Angels Before Man, which is queer retelling of Satan's Fall. I love this cover. I got it on a free Kindle book day. I've had it for at least a year, and I didn't get around to it last year, so it's going back on the TBR this year. Then we have The Fall That Saved Us, which is a Sapphic demon hunter with a Nephilim, and I think it's a romance. I also love this cover. Sneak peek, some of these are going to be in a religious trauma reading vlog that I'm hoping to film, but make it all gay. I'm excited for that video. And the other book in that video that I'm hoping to get to is The Miseducation of Cameron Post. And now I'm going out of order on the list, and I'm going to get confused. But this is a book about conversion therapy, which I do not own, but I know I can easily get from Libby. Next up, we have Providence Girls, which is a Sapphic historical Lovecraftian something or another. It's also a book I got on the free Kindle days that I've used to go crazy for 2 or 3 years ago. I've heard a few people actually read this one and said it was really good. And I know it's Sapphic. Then we're getting into some of the physical books I have. I have Razorblade Tears. I don't think I even knew this was queer until somebody mentioned wanting to read it for Pride. So I have this one. I think it's the fathers of these two gay children, their kids have died and their kids were gay, and they have to go on a revenge quest or something. I think it's a thriller. I've never read an S.A. Cosby. This is the one I've always wanted to start with, so that's the one we're going to start with. And then we have House of Rain by Harley LaRue. This is the pretty sprayed edge edition that I had pre-ordered last summer and never read because I was moving. And I know this is gothic. I don't think I know anything else about it. It's the back says, once the island has you, it won't let you go. I know nothing else. I don't need to know anything else. I've read I think almost, if not everything, then almost everything that Harley LaRue has ever written. Then we have Vanishing. Sorry, I'm also reading the screen of my iPad so I don't forget books, because I will if I do not have something to look at. Then we have Vanishing Monuments by John Elizabeth Stinzy. I'm not going to lie to you, I barely know what this is about. I think it's queer, and I got it in a blind date with a book that I got from this bookstore in LA. I recognize this is a man's name, and I don't know how I feel about that, so I'm gonna make sure that there is actually something queer in this description. Alani Baum, a non-binary photographer and professor, hasn't seen their mother since they ran away from home with their girlfriend at 17, almost 30 years ago. Oh. But then Alani learns that their mother's dementia has worsened and appears to have taken away her ability to speak. Now Alani is suddenly running away again, only this time they're running towards their mother. This sounds sad. But it is a queer book on my physical TBR, and I'm trying to read as much of my physical TBR as possible. And then we have the book that I like to call We Have Heated Rivalry at Home, which is the first thing I thought of when I picked this up at a library book sale. I don't know what this is. It's called Light Up the Lamp. Does that not look like heated rivalry? I'm not even, I am assuming it's a gay hockey romance. Next is Steamy MM Romance. As somebody who just read Heated Rivalry, I find this very funny and I plan to read it. Speaking of, I did get The Long Game. Is that what it's called? The first book in the Heated Rivalry series, because I watched the show, no spoilers. I didn't know there was an entire episode of Scott Hunter and Kip. Nobody told me that. I knew they were in it. I didn't know they had their own like entire episode, and I got very attached to them very quickly. So I downloaded the first book. The last of the books that I currently have out, I have Heaven Official's Blessing, book 1. Fun facts, lost my copy. I had all the first 3 of them. I lost so much of my Don May in the move, and I'm still upset about it because they got lost in the mail. It's the first time I've ever lost anything in the mail. And of course, it was like $100+ worth of books. But I got this out from my library. My library only has the first few of them, so I am eventually, if I like this series, going to have to go back and rebuy them, which is depressing. This is a fantasy Danmei. I've been wanting to get into Danmei for literal years, probably like going on 4 or 5 years now. And this is the one I always intended to start with, so hopefully we'll get to it this time, because I've been saying that for the last 3 years, I think every Pride Month. And then we're going to rapid fire the rest of these, because I don't even have them out yet and don't know if they're going to happen depending on when all the library holds come in. We have Woodworking, which is a queer teacher living in North Dakota. I think it's a trans teacher. We have Gay Bar, which is a nonfiction audiobook that I've been wanting to listen to. We have Conversion Therapy Dropout, which I just heard about today on one of my deconstruction, like religious trauma podcasts, just talked about this. And I immediately went to go see if Libby had it, and hopefully it comes in very soon. But this is somebody literally talking about their experience with conversion therapy. And as somebody who finds it horrific that is still legal in a lot of places in the US, I feel the need to uplift people's stories of people who have gone through it. And we have Sunburn, which is everybody's favorite Sapphic book of last year, and the holds list at my library has been a million years long since last year, and I've never gotten to it. We have Last Night at the Telegraph Club. This is also one that has just skated by all of my Pride Month TBRs for the last few years, so I'm hoping to get to it for real this year. We have Her Name in the Sky. This is a Sapphic in a conservative town. I just heard about this a few months ago and immediately threw it on a Pride TBR. We have Cleat Cute, which I've heard is a very, very cute, like, YA Sapphic. We have Cemetery Boys, which is another book that I just never get around to during Pride Month because I usually have 25+ books on my TBR, and this year is no different, if we're being honest. And then I have Next Time Will Be Our Turn. This is a Sapphic, but like with a Chinese main character, but I also think this one had something to do with, like, their grandparents were also like queer but weren't allowed to come out in their time period. I remember reading the description of this and being very, very interested. It seemed more like generational story than just like cutesy romance. And yes, those are all of the books that I currently have on my Pride Month TBR. Am I probably going to read things that are not on this list? Yes. Am I going to read all 23 books on this list? I highly doubt it. I am going to prioritize the physical books and the ebooks that I already own. And then hopefully, I really want to get to a Heaven's Official's Blessing. I need somebody to comment on like all of my Pride vlog videos and be like, have you read Heaven Official's Blessing yet? Have you touched the Danmei? Are you going to read that one? Please harass me, because I've been saying I was going to read it for like almost 5 years now. But yes, those are all of the books I'm hoping to read in the month of June. I am going to be posting book recommendation videos and then vlogs pretty much every week. I post Tuesdays, which is going to be the recommendations, and then Fridays is usually when I post a vlog. I would really appreciate it if you could like, comment, and subscribe, or interact with the video in some way, shape, or form. If you want a lot of gay and queer content, a lot of it will be coming at you over the next month here on this channel. And if you don't know what to say and you just want to leave me an emoji, leave me the pride flag, either that or the trans flag, anything rainbow related in the comments down below. But thank you all for watching, and I will see all of you guys next time.